I paid for a fresh corpse to study on. What showed up wasn't dead, and it still follows me. It was supposed to be a quiet, shady deal. Money for a body, one last favor before exams. But now, something from that graveyard wants me underground. And I think it's getting closer. I'm a medical student in my final days of study, and I was in desperate need of a fresh body to practice on. Like many students in my field, I started thinking about buying one. A friend of mine told me about a cemetery guard who could help with that. We both went to meet him, and he agreed to provide a body, on the condition that it had to be buried the same day, so it would still be fresh and complete for dissection. We exchanged numbers, and he told us that once he had something available, he'd call. 3 days later, the call came. He said the body was ready, and we should come that night at 8 p.m. sharp with the rest of the money. The deal was that only me and my friend would go, no one else, to avoid any legal trouble. That night, I prepared the money and went to the cemetery. The guard had a small room at the entrance. I knocked politely, no answer. I called his phone, nothing. I waited outside until finally he called me and told me to come inside. He said he was getting the body out and needed help moving it. He told me exactly where to go. I followed the directions into the cemetery, but found a wall in front of me. I thought I took the wrong turn, so I called him, no signal. I sent him a message just in case, then kept walking. I walked for what felt like forever, until I reached the end of the cemetery. Confused, I turned back, and that's when I tripped over something. It was a man, but not an ordinary one. He was freakishly tall, and I couldn't see his face. He wasn't human. I froze in place, paralyzed. He was close, so close, but I couldn't run. Then, by some miracle, my legs moved. I ran. I ran toward the wall at the edge of the cemetery, hoping to climb it and escape. But the wall just kept growing taller and taller the closer I got. It was impossible. And suddenly, he was standing beside me, same height as me now, smiling, a wide, evil grin, like he knew something I didn't, like he owned me. The next thing I remember, I was on the ground. A hand touched my shoulder. I screamed, but it was the guard. He knew something was wrong. He helped me to his room and gave me a glass of water. Then he said something I'll never forget. "Son, you should never enter a cemetery alone at night. You'll see things the dead don't want you to see." Shaking, I replied, "I saw something, someone." He wasn't human. He looked at me like we had unfinished business. "I'm done. I'm not taking the body. I'm not messing with this again." The guard looked at me and said, "You think it's over just because you said no? If they've appeared to you once, they won't stop until you join them below." "What do you mean?" I asked. He smiled again. "I mean, I'm not the cemetery guard.